this is how we're gonna launch the show, yeah?
Okay.
Them epic sounding tunes there.
Welcome.
I've got so much to say about that song.
Welcome to your girl's Crusty Foot.
Welcome to your girl's Crusty Foot. It's a place where you should never be welcome to.
But you're welcome.
You're welcome indeed.
And please, shout out to our sponsor. If your girl has got crusty foot, kissakemit.com.
Kiss Commit. Your girl's got a crusty foot. You find yourself with crusty ankles, crusty elbows, crusty leg, crusty head top, anything, man. Kiss Commit is the best in all natural skincare. The best in all natural skincare made for us, by us.
Say it again. For us.
For us, by us. I would suggest you get on the website right now, just www.kissacommit.com, and check out what they're dealing with. You know, if one talks about supporting black business, well, let black business support you. Let it support your skincare.
Let it support your girl's crusty foot.
Your girl's crusty foot.
Okay. Today's date, the 2nd of March,
2nd of
2022. We've got a lot of things to discuss in today's show. Welcome again to your girl's crusty foot. Today, where should we start our discussion?
I don't know, man. I mean, you're the producer. You're leading.
I've already got somewhere
man.
where we're starting because there's only one thing on the news at the moment.
I'm not gonna lie to you. You know what's happened? Like we've had to redo the intro, and I'm hungry already. So right now I'm a spectator. I'm gonna let you lead the way, and then
and then we'll wait for some. Where did we order our food from?
I don't listen. You're in the Hackney area. I want to know. It's too late for us now. But I want to know whether Sunlight Caribbean was a right place. Oh, but driver's lost his signal. What kind of shit is that?
Man.
He'll be arriving anytime near. Driver's nearby, arriving any minute now, then he lost his signal. But yeah, we ordered from Sunlight Caribbean on Wells Street. For you lot, this is going to be a make or break day for you. Either we're going to plug your business or we're going to badmouth your business, depending on how this jerk chicken sits in my stomach right now.
Oxtail does a lot. So, boy, takes a lot to get oxtail right. I can't lie.
Well, it's already a gold star if you got it there, because
Exactly.
more time it's on the menu and go in there and you're like, what? No, not oxtail today. No. Still chicken. Yeah, still chicken.
So what's your thoughts on World War III?
World War III. Oh shit!
I'm going straight in.
Yeah, are we in World War III right now? Is that the scenario?
Is that the
we
scenario?
Find ourselves in?
Well, that's what it was portrayed at when it first started. Oh my god,
Right,
we're in World War III. But for me, the way it's panning out, no, we're not in World War III.
So what would you define as World War III? What would it need to be? How many countries need to be involved?
Okay, because now countries are for me, countries are dipping their toe. They're dipping their toes in with the sanctions and blah blah blah. It's not full on war, military out there. Right now, for me, it's a dispute between two countries. It's Israel-Palestine.
So, the first thing I saw when I woke up this morning was Tyson Fury's press conference yesterday when he was talking about, the Klitschko's, they're Ukrainian, right?
Yes,
so
yes.
They're gone out there to fight.
They're gone out there to fight. Yep.
Yeah.
One of them's the mayor of Kiev.
Oh, is he the mayor of Kiev?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
One of them's the mayor of Kiev. Yes.
And then Usyk as well, again Ukrainian. I think he's gone out there to fight. And Fury was like, "Sign me up. If Britain get involved in this, I feel like a man should." Always he said, "Love your wife and fight for your country. Sign me up. Me and my dad will be down there." Are you joining the cause?
Bro, it's not my war. I'm telling you that for a fact. Not the way the rhetoric is actually being dismayed on media. It is definitely not a black man's war.
Yeah, I mean, what's crazy for me was watching social media over the last week or so, and then at first it was like I'm seeing all my black friends on social like, oh, it's terrible what's going on in Ukraine. And then, some footage surfaced. And you know what, in fairness, I think the most outright response I've got from it is, what did they expect? Why were they there?
Why is there a black person in Ukraine?
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie to you.
No.
I feel that's
not
it's
that's not what you should be saying.
Nah, man, it's okay in jest, but if that's what you really thinking there's a problem. Because to be honest with you, if you go around Europe, everywhere I've been in Europe, the same way you're talking about Ukraine is how they regard the UK. They're like, why would you be in England? They're so racist. They're so racist because they see images of Chelsea fans beating up black people on trains or wherever it is. This is the image they have of us. So
Europe in whole is racist.
yeah, that's like an American turning around saying, what y'all niggas doing in the UK anyway? Like, it's
exactly.
Yeah, man can be where they want to be. And a lot of people are studying in Kiev and, Nigerians. Man, everywhere.
Yes, my people everywhere.
Man, everywhere.
Yes, hands down.
Yeah.
We're everywhere. We take opportunity where it comes. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And there's nothing wrong with that. Doesn't mean that because we're taking opportunity, you must treat us like some third class citizen.
Because I would like to get black people out the mentality of, oh, I can't go there. Ooh.
Yeah.
Because you talk to some people, they're still in like 1982, bro, where they're like, I never go there. I wouldn't go Croatia. I wouldn't go there. I wouldn't go there. Any place where there's like...
Croatia was one of the most beautiful places I've been to.
Bro.
And as a black person, openly, happily welcomed. Because we stayed in Airbnbs, yeah? So we stayed in people's houses in different places. We stayed in at least 6 different towns in Croatia, yeah?
Right.
And in every single town, yeah, I still talk to the people till now. The Croatians till now. Not saying they're not, you know what I mean? Not saying they're not, everyone has their racial elements, but where the places that I met and the people that I met, yeah, was fine. It's just like same as you living in this country. You know what I mean? So,
shit, the phone just blinked.
one ring. Yo, so Croatia was a great experience, to be honest with you. So this war.
Oh, you literally gonna jump in like we didn't take a break. You're gonna try to fix some continuity. We just took the longest half an hour break to eat our food. And I'm gonna try to jump back into the conversation like it's just gonna flow like, I'm Croatia.
It's gonna flow, That's the master of editing.
Yeah, man. I mean, the case in point is that there is racism across the whole of Europe. For us to look at black people in a certain country and say, oh, well, what are you lot doing in the first place? It's kind of stupid, kind of ignorant. So, if anyone's saying of any kind of seriousness, just slap yourself in the back of the head and think twice in it. But I think one thing we are going to see, as we was talking earlier about Tyson Fury, I don't know if you've seen this light-skinned guy who kind of broke social media yesterday. As the one who's like went up to the what's that army called? It's like the People's Army kind of thing.
No, I have no idea. Who's the People's Army?
I'll get back to that anyway. But this light skinned guy and his friends from the gym, they decided to go and fight in the Ukraine.
Oh yeah, I see that. I see the light skinned guy. That's
right.
it. Yeah, I see the light skinned guy. Yes.
I don't think that's a trend that's gonna spread throughout my community. That's all I'm saying. So I can already see the debates in a couple of weeks when people are really trying to do that. And we're outspoken, so black people can be like, no, ain't our war. We ain't going. And it's gonna spark a whole debate about nationalism and national identity and whatnot. Nah, man. Nah, why would I?
The real thing I really want to know about is the sanctions. I want to know what's all these sanctions that's going on. Like, tell me a bit more about that. That's really what, yeah.
So the sanctions are kind of it's like a Cold War in effect, where you have a war without having a war. So they're just trying to find as many effective ways of laying down discipline without actually going out there and fighting. So the sanctions, they've hit every Russian with sanctions. It don't matter who you're politically aligned to.
Yeah, that's the problem, though.
How long you've been out there. If you're Russian, your bank account's getting frozen. They're seizing your assets. So I've seen a thing with like there's OnlyFans workers have had their accounts frozen, so they can't access their money.
So, the actual OnlyFans performers.
Workers, yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
yeah. Obviously, a lot of Russian girls are
Oh yeah, OnlyFans. Yeah.
are in the corner there. So and some of these girls ain't been living in that country for they've been nationalized Americans or English wherever they are, but they've had no part of Russia. They're not fans of Putin, but it's like holding every Englishman accountable for what Boris Johnson does or says.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like that would
Imagine.
horrify most people. And it's the same kind of thing.
So, but has it affected football? Same kind of thing.
well,
That
yeah,
they're just
'cause-
taking.
Yeah, across sport, these sanctions have pretty much, I think that's what's been seen as their most effective sanctions right now, because with the financial sanctions, most of the bigger players, you're not really going to hit them because they got so much money tied up in the city already. They've funded so much of our political parties and political figures that you kind of almost in an untouchable space. But sports-wise, I mean, we've seen it before where you've seen Russia banned from Olympics and all that kind of thing. But now they're banned from all football competitions. They're not.
And that's national and club teams.
National club teams. Their club teams have been pulled out of the Champions League and Europa Sports or wherever they was in, and internationally they're not gonna be at the World Cup.
Is Gazprom still the sponsor?
No, Gazprom are no longer the sponsors. So yeah, that's probably one of the bigger deals because that's got financial implications to it as well.
Massive.
Is it fair? Is it fair if you're a Russian footballer, nothing to do with politics, you're just a Russian
you're
footballer.
just doing your job on a daily basis.
You know, you've got your team through to the next round in Europe. You've been looking forward to this. And next thing you know,
Let's take it away from Russia. Let's just use it as the example you used earlier on with Boris Johnson.
Right.
If you're an English Premier League footballer, you're what's his name? Foden, for example.
Right.
Yeah, you're Foden. You're playing football normally. All of a sudden, Boris Johnson decides, you know what? Fuck France. I'm going to war with France. Yeah, and the rest of the world are like, you know what? We're removing Man City, removing all these teams from the Champions League, and all these people have to suffer.
yeah, it's messed up. It's messed up. When you put it like that, you kind of see how illogical it is, because we appreciate the distance between a footballer and a political figure when we think of an English context. When we think about Russia, they created such a kind of I don't want to call it racist, but they created such a propaganda machine around it. It's like you think Russian, you just think Russian. Like whether you're a football ballerina, you probably have dinner with Putin, and you know what I mean? There's no kind of distinction between anything. So this has been something they've been working on for years. Kind of like, I always look at how they use propaganda. And as much as we talk about Putin's propaganda machine over there, whatever, we are living in a huge propaganda machine here. Most of us have no idea how the world functions outside of the West. We have this narrow view of communism, of Russia, of China probably, you know, and we have no real idea because we don't step out of it. When I went to Cuba and kind of saw...
Yeah, I was going to say.
Like, one thing I'll say is the whole picture of communism which they paint, which is, you know, we're watching these movies for years where you're fighting against these commie bastards and, you know, it's kind of most people, and it's something through to the Black Lives Matter thing as well. When, for most white people who wanted to abstain from the whole taking the knee thing, when they find out that one of the founders had like communist views, they're like, oh, it's a communist organization. No, and that was their thing. Suddenly they say, no, I don't agree with it, it's communist. But without really understanding what communism is. From my understanding of what I've seen it working around the world is countries which chose to live outside of the US stranglehold in terms of
The financial bank system.
yeah, in terms of central banks and the IMF, all got hit with sanctions, all got hit to the point where they can't trade with other people, trade embargoes and whatnot, and they have to adopt a system to survive in them countries. And oftentimes those systems, yeah, you call them communism, but it's kind of like just that's the last thing left. You've got no kind of commercial trade to be a capitalist nation at this point. So you start taking other measures, and that can. When you think of communism, you think of like poverty and abstract, like Russians queuing up for potatoes and shit like that.
And what was the experience in Cuba like? Firsthand, for example.
Poverty. It was poverty. But it gave me a different understanding of it if it was not like a chosen system. We had not chosen to like live like this. It's like, okay, what do? We can only trade with such and such, such and such, such and such. We can't make money out of our own natural resources. So we've now got to adopt a system which allows us to function on bare minimals. And that's the case. Now you look at like China, you could say communist country, but
It worked.
I mean it worked
to an
too.
extent.
Yeah, exactly. So you look at like the middle class in China, they've got the highest disposable income of anyone in the world. So most places you go to, you're gonna notice Chinese tourists spending that the most, you know. So clearly it's not just like the state owning everything and the people living in abject poverty.
And it goes back to, I remember you saying when people went to Russia for the World Cup.
Right, yeah.
How they were very surprised.
Yeah, I mean, we forget that so quickly. Remember before the World Cup in Russia, there was the BBC program about racism in Russia and the racist fan groups, and we found out later that a lot of that kind of been staged for whatever reason. But then, yeah, there was a whole skepticism about Russia and they shouldn't be allowed to hold it and what it's going to be like there. And then watch, all of them pundits went out there and you saw them, it's like, oh, it's great out here. Oh, it's very much not like what we've been told. Oh, it's wonderful, wonderful time. So you just can't take everything on gospel because we live in a propaganda machine as well.
And that leads me back to the other topic I was talking about in terms of, it's funny how this whole war scenario and COVID scenario, I feel the same people that were very against the COVID rhetoric, is the same people that's very against this war rhetoric. Right. And it just leads you back to, are some people being controlled, and are some people trying to break out of the control? You know, it's like a maze.
It's interesting. When you say against the war, from what angle do you say against
No,
the
as
war?
in against the propaganda
of
the war, in terms of, okay, you know, all of a sudden we're being forced on the front line to say it's World War III.
Because essentially,
when essentially it's just one nation trying to invade another nation.
I think because in essence what you do have is, and I don't like the left and right configurations. I feel like that's just almost a fallacy at this point. The left is not what it was, the right is not what it was, and most people live in between and kind of get shunted to one side because you have one particular view. But essentially what you got is people that trust the Western government and Western media, and people which have become very much disillusioned with it. Now on the disillusionment side, they might tend to more lean towards hearing out what Putin had to say, because you know, you actually look at like a lot of things outside the Western lens. He's got some gems where people say, "Oh, okay, I like that guy." Hey, yo, you gotta be very careful about saying anything from Putin, bro. All right, so I will say definitely amongst black people as well. He's made statements before which kind of resonated with us, where he's talked about Africans needing to learn to trust each other more and not look at African leaders looking at European leaders like demigods when they're really not. And the point is, we got the most resources available to us and the strongest manpower, but we still kind of got this mentality of looking at Europeans like, oh, what can you do for us? Save us, kind of thing. Whereas his thing was kind of, you need to just have faith in yourselves. Now, generally,
work together.
Yeah, I mean, you got to look. Russia's never been involved in slavery. It's not got big land grabs all across Africa. So for a lot of people, they might find themselves relating more to the Russian side of things than the Western side of things, which is just so riddled in like you say, the whole media propaganda and racism and all this kind of stuff that. Who is this now? Yeah,
Little-
sorry.
Put the phone on.
Real unprofessional.
Silence.
Yes, a lot of people find themselves kind of going either to one way or the other. And as you know now, as it works, your whole timeline, what you see, is going to be fed for you based on what your beliefs are. If you believe Trump was the greatest, you're going to see like a lot of pro-Trump stuff. You believe Trump was the worst, you're going to see a lot of anti-Trump stuff.
Yeah,
It's all
that's
kind of
all gonna be-
algorithms. So
There in your face constantly.
yeah, so you do get more divided. It gets more divisive, and you do have kind of like two staunch sides who like this side, no vaccines. But the thing is, you got a lot of whack jobs on both sides, and we kind of like tend to group people or
Yeah, group people. to
Characterise
all
people
of a
by the
sudden they're
nut-
whack nut jobs.
exactly.
Yeah.
You characterize groups by the nut jobs in that group.
It's
so
because they do that to kind of like disassemble information.
exactly,
So they don't actually want you to believe what they're saying because oh no, they're
Exactly.
crazy.
exactly.
So then no, they're conspiracy theories.
Exactly. So there could be like a video going viral about the IMF and the amount of debt they put Jamaica into or something relevant. And then there might be something like this woman talk about 5G towers are the reason that we have COVID right now, and Boris Johnson is a reptilian. That one is going to get circulated, mostly going to get pushed because it makes the whole anti-media side look bad, look like they're all crackpots. And for a media and government who are so used to having control over the narrative and have been trying to get control of a narrative back for the how many years, it's what they will do. They will perpetuate that kind of imagery to make you think, okay, go with those internet nut jobs or come with us, the
Come with us.
professionals. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, right. Let's segue over to America for a bit.
Are we
And
gonna,
let's segue into some music.
I'm gonna line it
Yeah.
up a little bit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean-
all I've seen on my timeline for the last week or so
Yeah.
is war, Ukraine.
Exactly.
Man
And, like,
runs in front of tank.
we spent the last 20 minutes talking about
War.
different aspects of it. So let's talk about something that came out recently. I
Alright.
believe it was Young Boy had a new diss track.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, I'm just going straight
I
in
thought we
there.
was getting Kanye. We
No,
go straight to
no,
Young
we're
Boy.
going straight in there. We're still talking about beef, innit? So we might as well keep talking about beef.
Yeah, I guess so, man. I mean, so yeah. I'm not sure. See what it is with like this like generation of hip hop. It's so divisive for me because my friends go into two different groups.
Yeah.
I've got-
Those that care and those
Yeah.
that don't.
and the ones that don't.
I'm part of the ones that don't.
Yeah. You do not fuck with this at all.
Like you said GDs, BDs to me the other day. I was like, what's that? GCSEs?
And this is the thing. See the ones that don't care. They're like, yo, why you even listen to that? But see, I am a hip hop aficionado. So wherever it evolves to, I'll always have an interest. I always will. So what I noticed a couple of years ago, we talked about the NBA Youngboy track, right? So I think for me, what that highlighted was, I mean, so anyone who don't know, NBA Youngboy, rapper from Louisiana, Louis.
I thought it was Chicago. See, that's what I don't even know.
See, no, that's the other side. He's become big for this generation. For like the youth them now, he's like they call him their Tupac. He's like their
That's
guy.
bold statements. They didn't even know Tupac, so they
Nah,
can't really
exactly,
they can't really make those statements. But hey,
I think what they're going for is that as a guy that kind of wears his heart on his sleeve, so he's got
Okay.
them kind of emotional tracks and then kind of schizophrenically
he's got a lot of
violent
kids
tracks.
as well, isn't
Yeah, I believe so. He's got a kid with me with his daughter as well.
he? Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
Yeah. So anyway,
and
You
he's
prob-
he's abusive to her, something like that.
I don't know the ins and outs of Young
So
Boy
yeah,
and
there's
these
a whole
like that,
heap of
but-
shit going on in that guy's mind. But yeah, go
But
on.
yeah, so what happened was obviously there was King Von, who was Lil Durk's cousin.
Little Dirk's from Chicago.
Lil Durk is from
Hey,
Chicago.
I got one right.
Lil Durk is from Chicago. Alright, so this can be like a lesson for older heads listening.
That's what I'm saying. That's 90s
when-
hip hop niggas.
Yeah. When the youngs are talking and you kind of want to look like, you know,
Yeah, we
jump
know.
into some shit here.
Trust me.
So yeah, your Little Dirk. Little Dirk's cousin, King Von, was in some kind of beef with NBA YoungBoy about some one of YoungBoy's baby mothers. Tutus now runs into Quando Rondo, YoungBoy's artist. They have a fight. Von gets shot, killed, and then since then it's been like a back and forth. But what it is on what I noticed is so Little Dirk is popular in the industry. The industry is very much like gang related now. See, we went from the 90s where everyone was screaming for their rappers to be real to the 2020s where
The
they're
rappers
too
are
real.
real.
Yeah. Everyone, you have to be a gang member to get on. You know what I'm saying? It's like if you've got no
Yeah, we
ops.
see Kanye, a billionaire, rolling with gang members.
Exactly.
So,
Kanye's like a GD again now. Like it's, but
He's
yeah,
left the
you ain't got
backpack.
ops. You got no album. It's done. What are you rapping about? So yeah, you got like a divide. You got GDs and BDs, which essentially are Chicago gangs, Black Disciples, Gangster Disciples. Now, a lot of the BD rappers are the ones that blew up first. So your Chief Keef, Lil Reese, and Dirks, or whatever, all BDs. GDs are the other sides. That would be your FBG Duck. You're looking at me like FBG Duck and like Ruger, who's got a track with Kanye now. But also in New York, you have Woos and Chews.
right. And
So
Woos are with the BDs.
Woos are with the BDs because the Chews are comprised of GDs.
Right.
So someone from Chicago went to New York years ago, set up GDs over there. There's been a thing there since.
Okay.
So it's kind of split the industry anyway. So you got on one side you got like Woos, Crips, BDs. On the other side, GDs and anyone else who is not fucking with like
That other lot.
yeah.
What the Bloods?
So it's all funny now because like Woos have got Bloods and Crips in them.
Okay.
But I would have said predominantly for looking. You look at Woos. Woos is like Pop Smoke,
5-0.
5-Yo, Bobby Schmurder, Rowdy.
Bobby, yeah. Rowdy, yeah.
So they all represent like Crips. I think 5-Yo's a GDK, but obviously Bobby and Rowdy, Crip based gangs or whatever. But they have got some Bloods in the Woos. It's kind of like you have
But
Bloods.
you said Kanye is rolling with GDs,
yeah,
but
Kanye,
5-0
but-
is
yeah.
BD.
Exactly. So this is what I clocked. This is what I clocked for my hip hop ear. 5-Yo's got a verse on that track. A line on the track. Sorry, we're talking about niggas need to pick a side. Pick a side. No, niggas need to pick a side. Niggas need to pick a side. I like side hopping and he's talking about basically people choosing like jumping on one side. And right now in hip hop, like you're either on this side or that side. So Kanye's got a track with Ruger. Ruger is like a GD done like GD anthem, and so the skeptics kind of feel like Kanye's trying to reconnect with the streets, getting folks behind him again, the car, whatever he's going through.
And then he releases a big song with 5-0.
Yeah, so
Which is a
he's
BD.
worked with 5-Yo. I think sure he's worked with Dirk
yeah,
and
he's
them
worked
before
with-
as
yeah,
well.
exactly.
Yeah, I guess for them, man, they're like, look, I'm grown past this shit.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna
true.
worry about that. I'm trying to unite the people, then, but obviously, yeah, you're a youngster looking at that. You're like, what's
But
he
I know
doing?
you said earlier on that it's hard in the music industry for someone who's affiliated and doing tracks with GDs to
Yeah.
do tracks with BDs.
Yeah, you're
So obviously Kanye is a different breed, innit? So because they all don't know if they do a track with Kanye, it's gonna put them on. So
Exactly,
that's one
yeah,
person
yeah,
where
yeah, yeah.
we're secluding. But if
Yeah.
if we're say like some NBA YoungBoy, for example, right? He did a track with who would he do tracks with?
Well, no one there, because so basically while he was in jail or on house arrest or whatever, Dirk was working with like Gucci Man and name any popular artist. They're all on like that side. The Dirk, Gucci,
Little Baby.
Lil Baby. Yeah, that's where the money is. Like,
Okay.
you can
So Little Baby, Young Thug, they're all on the BD side.
all on the BD side. Yeah, like what are you?
This shit stretches. We're talking. We've mentioned Atlanta, Louis
It
V,
goes
Chicago,
coast.
New York. Like we're talking coast to coast here.
Coast to coast, man. Because
Like this is crazy.
I'm a clock with the Bloods and Crips thing was starting to really kind of take over hip hop years ago. Just when it's like every single city, every rapper is either a Blood or Crip. It's like, what is going on? Now it's like they're all either Bloods, Crips, BDs, or GDs. But the vibes were already kind of like building from early kind of thing. You know
What does
I mean?
BD stand for?
Black Disciple,
And GD stand for?
Gangster Disciple. So Chicago gangs.
So they're all disciples. It's mad.
Yeah, the disciples and the disciples are fuckery. The United Disciples of fuckery. So like, yeah.
That's what they just all call themselves. United Disciples of Fuckery. That's a great name.
But I do think it is a problem in the music thing where you let gang culture become like the
Most prevalent thing.
the most prevalent thing, and then it becomes like some managers blackball from the time they come out because they're on the wrong side of things, and
then those that are not gangster affiliated just don't get to come out at all.
yeah, I mean, I think you just choose a side. Now, you're not a gangster rapper, either. I don't know what you do, bro. You got to either like hope for TDE sign you, or choose a side. Choose a side.
All right, so someone that's is there still that backpacker kind of style of hip hop?
I don't know, man. I feel like they killed Logic. I feel like Logic was like the last kind of young backpack rapper that I remember kind of coming through.
So there's no others.
Who would there be? So
I don't know.
it would be.
I'm still stuck in the 90s. So
No,
you know
this
what I
would be more your ear. Come on, you listen to them like you listen to like TDE artists, right? Like
who?
Kendrick Lamar.
Oh yeah, Kendrick. I listen to
Absol.
Kendrick. Absol.
Schoolboy Q.
Schoolboy, yeah. More, what's his name? The singer dude with the dreads.
Isaiah Rashad.
Nah. What's his name? He's got a brother that popped. He's got a brother, D Smoke. D Smoke and his brother. No.
No, what's his name?
What's his name, man? Damn.
He's got like what? He's got like plaits.
Yeah, he's got he's got that dreads. Yeah.
What, long dreads or kind of
Long dreads.
Oh no, I don't know. Are you sure he's on TDE?
Yeah, he's definitely on TDE.
You know about Isaiah Rashad though, innit?
Sir.
Ain't that a chick?
No, man. Sir's a guy.
Who am I thinking of?
Jeez.
Oh, I'm thinking of her.
Oh.
No, I ain't never watched, bro. You know what it is? You might catch me if I think you're about to rap. So it's a lot of singy rappers who just caught me because I thought they was about to kick bars and they just gone into But if I know and look at you think, this guy's about to sing an auto tune, I'm not listening. Nah, he looks like his name's like Brian Foxworth the Third and shit. He looks like a very regal dread.
These guys from Compton.
He's from Compton.
Yeah.
Holy shit, he's like a church family or something.
Oh man,
He's
you need to go home and listen to some Sir and D Smoke, man. You might like it. Trust me.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely.
Okay.
Decent.
All right.
Decent. Very decent.
There you go, see.
So yeah, it's coming to the end of our show. Unfortunately,
What time is it?
it's 2:00.
Technically, I think we can keep going until like they come and throw us out. They don't come to throw us out because there's no one here. So all right, let's go through. Quick, get some of the other subjects done. What else we got to get
Well, what
through?
we got to get through. We've gone through some hip hop beef. We got that UK hip hop beef. Did you manage to listen to that Central C album?
Nah.
No?
I'm not gonna lie. This is just not.
And one thing
not
I do have to
immediately
say
on
is,
my
what's his
agenda.
name? Made You Think. Do you know that guy Made You Think, that Insta page?
Instagram page
Yeah,
thing,
yeah. He did a big post the other day saying, obviously he's a older dude and he was really surprised about the Central C album. You know, for a 90s guy like himself, he was surprised that the guy was actually talking adult themes. It was quite a adult themed album.
Yeah.
He was
ain't
pleasantly
lying.
surprised. But I don't know whether that's marketing or whether that is him actually
Yeah.
saying his opinion.
I think, I don't know what it made you think. Not a lot of the man who seem to know him. I don't know who he is. So when you say 90s, is he that age range?
He's like our age range.
Oh, for real?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I don't know, man. Central C, what I've heard from him has all been like about gal. It's all been gal tune. So I don't know if it's like more mature gal tune on there, or what I find with sometimes of our era, if you're not talking about drilling, you're like, oh shit, oh shit, it's a mature content. Like,
But I think that's what he means. To be fair, to be fair, yeah. I
yeah,
guess.
it could be.
Yeah, it could be that.
I mean, no.
But yeah, the only other thing we had left to talk about was Kanye.
Can I just say this about Kanye? Yeah, I have still not watched the second episode.
Oh, you still not
of
watched
the,
it?
No,
I thought you were gonna watch it before today's episode.
I was, but
The third episode's out today.
Yeah,
I'm going home to watch that now.
do you know how little I care? For me, this is 90s man will definitely relate to this as well. I'm more interested in a documentary about Capadonna. I am more interested in a documentary about you, God.
I hear you. I hear you with that. Yeah, I hear you with that because it's showing a time of a time in hip hop that you were really into hip hop. But one thing
And
I did
characters
say
I'm more interested
about this Kanye interview and it was based on an album and a period that you did like Kanye.
I did like him, but it was like I liked him. How can I put it?
And forget. Okay, cool. You God, Capadonna, great characters in hip hop. Yeah.
Wait. Correct yourself. Like, clearly, you don't know who they are. No, good rappers, Capadonna, but yeah, not exactly the most standout characters.
Yeah.
I
From
was
Wu-Tang.
kind of using that to make a point of like how little I regard the kind
But Kanye has amassed something that has surpassed a lot of hip hop writers in terms of influence, money. In terms of those two things alone,
He has. This is where
surpassed all of them.
I think that's the problem. It's like, that mad guy by the station. Yeah, it's like, yo, bro, you got a cigarette. So imagine you gave him mills. Like, he's still mad, but now you just enabled him
Is
to
he
like.
mad though, fam? Or is he the fact that because he's saying his truth that, and it's not something that's going against, it's going following the grain, you call him mad?
You got to look at the definition of insanity. So I really feel like with him, it's a case of positive thinking gone wrong. So once you kind of got into that realm of knowing you can create through your mind, and you've seen it work for you so many times that you made yourself this character, in his mind, he's probably God. He's like, oh my, I can create anything, I can do anything. So it kind of like, he expects everyone to just go with whatever
He says.
whatever he comes up with in his mind, because who's to tell him no? He's created all of this from believing in himself and believing in who he is. So
And it's one thing the documentary does show highly.
if he tells you
Strong
now,
belief in yourself works.
I am the leader of all black people, he really believes that. And in his mind now, because he's believed it, he's put it out there, this is what is going to be a reality. And that's where the disconnect comes, because you start looking crazy when it's not the reality. So I don't know. For me, he's like a good case of the limitations of the power of thought, or the dangers of the power of thought. Like, can you harness yourself? Can you humble yourself? Can you bring everything into like a context?
But it's also an inspiring moment of the power of thought.
It depends what moment you choose.
No, but I'm saying in the fact of self-belief. Believing in yourself. That power of self-belief to know that I am the greatest, I'm this, I'm that.
I've
propelled him.
I've got friends who kind of had the same beliefs on the same medication as him. The only difference they got millions. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, but he didn't have millions when he
But hear what I'm saying?
in the beginning himself.
See things that he does and says, I've seen that before from other people. Just they have not got the money to make it a thing. They're bums when they say it. You understand? Like, they say that and it's like, oh my God, that nigga's crazy. Whereas him, if you got money and influence, people are like, it's Emperor's New Coat thing. Emperor's New Coat. Remember that story?
Yeah, no.
The Emperor had a coat, right? So, shit, this is the worst telling of his story ever. Let me just retrack it. There was a man who's making a coat for the Emperor, right? The Emperor was like, I don't like that coat, So the Emperor man said, oh, fuck this, man. I'm going to make you a coat and I'm going to tell you it's the greatest thing in the world. So they gave him a coat, but it was no coat. He was wearing nothing. He was naked. And everyone was like, oh my God, that coat is great. And everyone believed And he started to believe the quote was gay because everyone told him the quote was great. Now, that is not the story at all. And I can't even tell you how it relates anymore because I fucked that up so badly. But if you know what the Emperor's quote was about, just apply that
To what I was talking
apply that to
about.
what I was talking about, and it will come together. So, nah, man, I think, like I say, with Kanye, you get moments of inspiration. Like with any human being, and you get moments of abject, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, of course. But
And
with every human being, like some people make it and some people don't. And 100 people have the same self-belief in themselves, and only one out of those 100 people make it. That's with everything. But
so, what can put it? Not everyone is supposed to have the keys to the kingdom.
true.
And I don't think, like, when I look at his character and whatnot, I just don't feel like he should
One of
be
the
that
people that should have the keys to the
bro.
kingdom.
I feel like he's an idiot, bro. I don't care like how many people tell me he's the greatest what or whatnot. I watch him exploit people all the time. I watch him go from this side to, oh, people are mad at me for saying but slavery was a choice, so I'm taking back to church. Come on, black people, you love some church. Hey, we're gonna do churchy stuff, and then
He's
now
very
I'm a
good at
G,
marketing.
now I'm a GD again,
Yeah.
and I'm sending goons to get Pete Davis. Like I just think he plays you lot so fucking badly, and everyone just goes for it because we're in a idol worshipping state right now where, because it's Kanye, it's like, oh my god, it's Kanye. But to me, there's no difference in Kanye and the crackhead down the bottom of the road. To me, I don't put him on a pedestal like that. I like some of his music, but no, I like a lot of people's music.
Fair enough.
You know?
That's the truth.
Yeah, shit.
So that's it for today's show, to be fair.
Okay.
You know?
Alright. Well,
It's been fun.
yeah, it's the first show. Just trying to get used to the rhythm and pacing of this thing,
That's
and
it. That's it.
I see how the thing is sitting in down. Yeah, we got through what we need to get through. Got my food in the end. I want to say once again,
Shout out to our sponsor.
shout out to the sponsor. Also, go and what you can do with UNK's cakes. I feel like you should do that shout
We'll
out
do
as
that.
well.
We'll do that. We'll do that.
I
Do that
like-
next week's show.
Yeah, I was thinking that should be an element of the show as well.
I know.
Like we just
Where
give
we
people.
have some cakes. Yeah. We'll eat.
See how they
exactly.
develop.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely go check out Kiss a Kemet for your girls Crusty for.
Your girl's Crusty Foot, first episode. This is like the pilot episode. No guests. Exactly. I don't know what that means. I just shut up when he done that because I don't know if that means we're done now. Is that your way of saying we're wrapping it up?
We're wrapping it up.
All right, cool.
It's been fun. It's been a pleasure. Thanks for listening to your girls Crusty Foot.
Now let's get on before rush hour.
Let's get